It's the school at the forefront of the government's controversial strategy to shake up the education system. The West London Free School was set up by the journalist Toby Young last year. He says to create more places and offer a more rigorous education to all children in the area. So, how has it got on in its first year, and will it prove to be the template for more schools? Mark Ashdown reports.
An end-of-year assembly like any other, except this time last year, this school didn't exist.
I think every single one of us has made an awful lot of progress.
The West London Free is the brainchild of the author Toby Young, responding to a shortage of school places in the Hammersmith area. It has, though, been a struggle.
It would be foolish to pretend that it's easy. And there were many times when we were in the foothills of the process where we began to lose heart and get demoralised. But we always told ourselves that it was only by reaching for the impossible that we discovered what was possible.
And that is a school from scratch. Strict uniform and discipline policies, Latin until 14, a focus on music, a grammar, they say, for all. A quarter of the 120 children are on free school meals. After plenty of sleepless nights then, what advice would the head give himself a year ago?
The big lesson from this has been flexibility. We have been lucky, we've had a very, very flexible staff and a superbly flexible parent body, because in a start-up situation you cannot think of every tiny detail that might go right or wrong. And one of the things here that's been so brilliant has been the pupils, the parents, the staff have all been prepared to muck in and make sure the project works.
A case in point, Argentina here runs the Parent Teacher Association and single-handedly set up and runs the school library, all for nothing.
They need as much help as possible. You know, by having the parents buy into the ethos of the school.
We've all got to know each other really well and have put a lot of effort into the school.
Just go with your gut instinct. If you've got confidence in the staff and you share their vision, then I think it really can be done.
They've certainly shown that, but it's taken passion, commitment, the backing of the council, parents, a high-profile cheerleader and a huge slice of luck. The start of an era for this free school, but how many more can really achieve the same?
We've heard there that it's not without challenges, and we should hear soon about more free schools.
That's right. The first wave of free schools opened last September. There are now 12 here open in London, and this September a further 24 are due to open. And we should find out in the next few days which of the 250 who have applied across the country to open in 2013 will get the go-ahead. Now, problems. The biggest single issue is finding a building. There are actually 70 planning to open in September, but we understand about half are still struggling to find a base, and that's causing concern.
Even the ones that do have sites are situated in inappropriate accommodation, I would say, so things like office blocks, disused warehouses, those sorts of things. And that's clearly not satisfactory for our children to be educated in these sorts of places. So the policy is in disarray. We need urgently to, stop Whitehall running things and give power back to the local authorities that are democratically elected so that they can plan carefully for new schools to be built.
The bigger issue, of course, is to address the shortage of school places in London.
Well, it is acute, and the government believes this is one solution. Of course, free schools are all about removing local authorities from control, giving parents control. And the great irony is, as you see there, parents, start-ups need councils to help them find a building. Now, some believe councils are best placed to plan and deliver education across their area. And free schools are fundamentally flawed. They'll only really benefit the pushy parents, the upwardly mobile. We saw there how hard it can be. Will the poorest always miss out? And some believe these should be the exception, not the norm. And the real money should be spent improving existing schools to cater for that extreme demand for places.
Mark, thank you. Mark Ashdown there.